zero minus? What is zero minus seven?
Drop your name.
Zero minus seven is seven.
Okay.
So when you bring this 9 to this side, do you not see this minus?
Hi. It's Swenel. A big shout out to Dorota. Hi, Dorota. Nice to meet you. Thank you for liking, my darling. Can you please subscribe? Let me face like this. I think it is brighter this way. Yeah, I think it is brighter this way. Yeah. I'm facing the lights. Yeah, guys, please, let's go subscribe. Thank you so much. Can we drop our names, please? Let's drop our names. Let's give you a shout out. I did. Thank you, Dorota. Guys, drop your names. I give you a shout out. And I really hope you had an amazing day. A big shout out to Tiana. Shout out to Pesley. Let's go. A big shout out to Mandara. Guys, if you have not liked, please let's go like and subscribe. A big shout out to Gabby. A big shout out to Maya. How are you, gorgeous? Shout out to Paisley. Guys, let's go like and sub. Go. A big shout out to Ellis. A big shout out to Braley. Shout out to Elsa. A big shout out to Mandara. A big shout out to Asma. Guys, let's go like. Can we take the like up to 10? Thank you. A big shout out to Nikita. Shout out to Vanaya. A big shout out to Barry. Guys, you're welcome. A big shout out to Lacey. A big shout out to Barry. Shout out to Amisha. Shout out to Helly. I sub. Oh, thank you, Martin. A big shout out to Martin. A big shout out to Sophia. A big shout out to Naya. A big shout out to Bethany. By the way, you're beautiful. Thank you so much, Bethany. You're welcome, gorgeous. A big shout out to Sophia. A big shout out to Audrey. A big shout out to Masa. A big shout out to Ellery. A big shout out to Opeto. A big shout out to Skylar. A big shout out to I love you. Always make my day better. No worries. Any day, anytime. A big shout out to Mandara. Shout out to Malone. Shout out to Inga and Dina. A big shout out to Celine. You're welcome, gorgeous. A big shout out to Emily. A big shout out to Baby. A big shout out to Alicia. Shout out to Abam. A big shout out to Ivy. Is that Ivy? No. Yeah. A big shout out to Maria. Oh my God. Shout out to Penelope. A big shout out to Kiera. Guys, please, let's take the like up to 15. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, gorgeous. A big shout out to Soma. A big shout out to Isabella. A big shout out to Jessica. Shout out to Zafreen. A big shout out to Chloe. A big shout out to Mia. A big shout out to Janice. A big shout out to Liliana. I was here last. Wow. Guys, you're welcome. Please, let's like. Can we take the like up to 15? And please let us subscribe. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Micey. A big shout out to Leah. A big shout out to Ari. A big shout out to Jiyoung. Are you Chinese or from Japan? A big shout out to Luana. A big shout out to Eden. Shout out to Emil. You're from Korea. Okay, Korea. Nice to meet you. Please like and subscribe all the way from Korea. Tell your friends, your family to like and subscribe, okay? God bless you. A big shout out to Natalie. A big shout out to Emily. A big shout out to Batali. Let's go. So much. Thank you for supporting me, Angel. Thank you. You're an angel. Both physical and a big shout out to Ella. A big shout out to Hihi. A big shout out to Samson. A big shout out to Barry. A big shout out to Sophia. Girl, you're pretty. Thank you, gorgeous. You're gorgeous as well. You're welcome. A big shout out to Paige. A big shout out to Daniel. Shout out to Barry. Shout out to Faruz. A big shout out to Alzane. Lovely names. A big shout out to Helly. A big shout out to Gabriel. A big shout out to Asia. A big shout out to Sophia. Shout out to Finley. A big shout out to Naza. A big shout out to Cadence. Big shout out to Amelia. Oh my God. So nice. No worries. Hello, Robbie. Let's go. Please, let's like and subscribe. Can we take the like up to 15? I just need 2 amazing souls to take the like up to 15. God bless you. I love you too. I love you all. I love you. I love you. all the way from Canada. Please drop your name. I don't know your name. I would have called your name. A big shout out to Lola. A big shout out to Annabelle. A big shout out to Tess. A big shout out to Avery. A big shout out to Trinidad. A big shout out to Paige. A big shout out to Serenity. A big shout out to Critical. Let's go. A big shout out to Adali. A big shout out to Ame. Shout out to Ayi. Shout out to Mandara. I am back. Canada. Your name, please. Kali. A big shout out to Kali. Guys, please let's go subscribe and let's like. Thank you so much for the like. Can we take the like up to 25? I just need 3 amazing souls to take the like up to 25, my gorgeous. A big shout out to Ara. A big shout out to Becca. A big shout out to Penelope. Clock it. A big shout out to Ariel. Shout out to you, 26C. Shout out to Roseanne. Oh, thank you for liking. God bless you. A big shout out to Pablo. Hi, Pablo. Shout out to Brooklyn. Shout out to Queen. A big shout out to Lindia. A big shout out to Robin. A big shout out to Itza. Shout out to Finley. I was Finley on your live stream. Thank you, Finley. A big shout out to Rosie. Shout out to Riva Willie. Shout out to Scarlett. Oh, a big shout out to Mahia. A big shout out to Luna Ray. A big shout out to Tiana. Shout out to Tesla. Shout out to Tihan Philip. Let's go. Big shout out to Ariel. Let's go. Big shout out to Adea. I watch your life live. Big shout out to Robin. Thank you, gorgeous. Please, let's go subscribe. Thank you so much. Pride, can I have your phone, please? Please, let's go subscribe. Now I tell you, because if I know the look, I would think, say, collect it for me, Kiki. A big shout out to Team. A big shout out to Reem. Is it Tim or Reem? A big shout out to Lara. A big shout out to Lee. It's beautiful, your hair. Thank you, gorgeous. Thank you so much. Please, let's go subscribe, guys. Let's subscribe. We are not subbing. Please, let's sub, okay? Can we take the like up to 35? I subscribe. Thank you, Paige. A big shout out to Paige. Shout out to Fusududu. A big shout out to Tuva. Shout out to Bob. Let's go, guys. Please, let's go subscribe and like. Can we take the like to 35? A big shout out to Gazal. Shout out to Mustafa. A big shout out to Rose. Shout out to Rhea. Shout out to NZ. Shout out to Tirigu. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Raya. Shout out to Mustaf. A big shout out to Luna. Shout out to Nohihun. A big shout out to Jonathan. A big shout out to Daisy. I love your video. Oh, thank you so much. A big shout out to Mia. Shout out to Sky. Guys, please let's go subscribe and like. Can we take the like up to 40? Please let's take the like up to 40. Thank you, gorgeous. Yeah. Thank you. Please let's go subscribe because I stream every day and this is what I do every day in my live stream to make people happy, make their life meaningful and sweet. A big shout out to Mustafa. I subscribe and I love my hair, my video. You just said your. Thank you so much, gorgeous. A big shout out to Easy. Clock it. A big shout out to Joel. A big shout out to Nilaria. A big shout out to Julie. Shout out to Joel. You are so kind. No worries. Thank you. A big shout out to Brooke. A big shout out to Junior. Shout out to Laila.
You have to go play game.
A big shout out to Kiki. That's me. That's me. A big shout out to Chloe. Please let's take the like up to 45. Can we take the like up to 45? Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe. I love you all. A big shout out to Lola. A big shout out to Zara. A big shout out to Ali. Shout out to Annabelle. Hi, you slay. A big shout out to Rosie. Guys, please let's go subscribe. Thank you so much. We are not subscribing. It's not fair. I'm giving you a shout out. I'm happy doing it. Please let's go subscribe. Also tell your friends. Tell your friends to come. A big shout out to Soha. Shout out to Fatuma. I think it's Fatima. But that's what you wrote. A big shout out to Soha. A big shout out to Hannah. Shout out to Shaylee. I'm going to sub. Thank you so much, Jude. A big shout out to Jude. A big shout out to Megan. A big shout out to Mustafa. A big shout out to Bree. Thank you for subbing, Bree. A big shout out to Bethan. A big shout out to Katie. A big shout out to Shanice Play. Let's go. Please, let's go. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you, love. Thank you, everyone. Please, if you have not subscribed, please let's go subscribe. Can we take the like up to 50? I need 4 amazing persons to take the like up to 50. Shout out to Jessica. Yeah. Shout out to Givara. A big shout out to Kennedy. A big shout out to Violet. A big shout out to Milo. A big shout out to Abdul. Shout out to Ali. Shout out to Kala. A big shout out to Kania. Guys, let's go subscribe. Thank you so much. Yeah, please let's like and sub. Just 10 seconds. Please let's like and sub. A big shout out to Luna. A big shout out to Williams. Let's go. Hi, gorgeous. A big shout out to Bethan. A big shout out to Destiny. A big shout out to Saria. A big shout out to Inaya. Oh, a big shout out to Mataya. Let's get a big shout out to let's go, Hannah. Guys, please let's like and sub. Thank you so much.
Is that
A big shout out to Mawa. This thing is so bitter. A A big shout out to Zaria. Shout out to Emily. A big shout out to Diharoma. Shout out to Ima God. Shout out to Judah. Kiki, I'm here. Oh, Mope. So sorry. So sorry. Okay, just relax, okay? Just relax. You'll be fine. Take your medication. Sorry, gorgeous. Sorry, love. A big shout out to Jaina. Guys, please let's go like and sub. Can we go subscribe and like? Can we take the like up to 60, gorgeous? A big shout out to Victoria. Victoria. A big shout out to Zunara. A big shout out to Casey. Shout out to Shihamo. Shout out to Masfa. A big shout out to Trevor Hudson. Where were you last night? I was here last night. I streamed. Yeah, I streamed last night till... I think I streamed till 12 midnight. Yeah, UK time. Yeah. Oh my... Oh, I love you too, Victoria. Thank you. Please, let's go subscribe. Please, we are not subscribing. It's not fair. Can we please go subscribe? Drop your names. I'll give you a shout out, okay? Yeah, drop your names. I'll give you a shout out. A big shout out to Shan. A big shout out to Haya. A big shout out to Jack. Hi, gorgeous dude. A big shout out to Lala. Shout out to Castle. Shout out, yeah, I did. A big shout out to Clabelle. A big shout out to Tio. I got my hair done myself. A big shout out to Liliana. Guys, please let's go subscribe. Please let's subscribe. Thank you. Shout out to Jonathan. A big shout out to Aya. Shout out to No. My cat like your life. Cat like my life. She like watching me, right? Oh, that's so sweet. That's funny anyways. A big shout out to Peepa. A big shout out to Gaia. A big shout out to Lindia. A big shout out to McLean's. A big shout out to Aris. Shout out to Destiny. A big shout out to Jelly Cat. Let's go. A big shout out to Tanya. Shout out to Lisa. Stella. A big shout out to Ariana Carpenter. Shout out to Tanya. You're welcome. Guys, let's go subscribe. Thank you. A big shout out to Diana. Shout out to Lily. Yes, I remember you, Mob, last night. Yes, I do. A big shout out to Amjad. Shout out to Nicoletta. Shout out to Jazzy. Shout out to Aris. Shout out to William. A big shout out to Fatima. Shout out to Vet Gel. A big shout out to Dennis. Guys, please let's go like and subscribe. Can we take the like up to 65? Thank you for subbing. A big shout out to Mena. A big shout out to Thomas. Please, if you subscribe, always come to the live stream every day. I will give you a shout out. As long as you're here and you're patient with me, I will call your name. Do you remember? A big shout out to Sean. I was here on Sunday night, Monday afternoon, and now. Thank you so much, Sean. You are amazing. God bless you. A big shout out to Remy. A big shout out to Winnie. A big shout out to Ali. A big shout out to Charlie. Oh, you're welcome, gorgeous. I love your hair. Thank you, gorgeous. A big shout out to Maya. Oh, new subscriber. Thank you, gorgeous. Thank you so much for subbing. Oh, a big shout out to Buckley. A big shout out to Suleiman. Shout out to Deilani. Please let us spam. Please let us like. Okay, let's like. Let's take the like up to 70, please. Tap 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 tap. A big shout out to Kira. Shout out to Athena. I love your makeup and your hair. Thank you so much. Namaste. A big shout out to Jessica. Kiki is a queen. Thank you, Mob. Please take good care of yourself, gorgeous. A big shout out to Cotties. A big shout out to Ben. A big shout out to Paisley.
Let me make it laugh.
A big shout out to Michael Jack. A big shout out to Lean.
That's Michael Jackson.
A big shout out to Lily. A big shout out to Arush. You are the first to pronounce my name correct. Yay! Go Kiki. Go Essay. Yeah. I'm happy for that. Let's go. A big shout out to Paulina. A big shout out to Shamazamanza. A big shout out to Natasha. Please, let's go subscribe. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Jessica, darling. A big shout out to Paisley. A big shout out to Anna. Guys, let's go like and sub. Can we take the like up to 75, gorgeous? I love you and your stream too. Oh, they love me and my stream too. Thank you, Mob. Thank you so much. You're amazing. A big shout out to Nada. A big shout out to Natalie Reynolds. A big shout out to Joanna. Oh, thank you so much. A big shout out to Steven. Hello. Comment Estelle. Jumape Essay. Bonjour. Comment t'appelles-tu? Thank you so much. A big shout out to Steven. A big shout out to Sophia. Consequent as extendo obamenti. What's the meaning of that? I want to learn. A Jesuit. Yes, what's that? Okay, Jesuit nationality. Guys, let's go. Please let us like and subscribe. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Victoria Pride. Kiki, they give me a dick. A big shout out to Mustafa. Hey, God. A big shout out to Brooklyn. A big shout out to Steven. A big shout out to Combaluos. I love you. Oh, thank you so much, Stevie. A big shout out to Kagan. Shout out to Lara. A big shout out to Michael. A big shout out to Perry. A big shout out to Rory. A big shout out to Alex. Ooh. A big shout out to Cora. Yeah, people have beautiful names, don't they, Kiki? Yeah, they do. You all, your names are gorgeous, so beautiful, you know. Usted habla inglés. Oh, a big shout out to Maddie. Someone is speaking. I don't know if that is French. A big shout out to Nastasia. A big shout out to Cornelius. A big shout out to Brooke. A big shout out to Dora the Explorer. A big shout out to Maddie. A big shout out to Cornelius. Let's go, guys. A big shout out to Interdemani Napop. Oh my days. Hello. Please, guys, let's go subscribe. Thank you. Guys, let's go. A big shout out to Rosa. I know you. A big shout out to Kiki. A big shout out to Elona. A big shout out to Dorina. Shout out to Kate. Yeah. Shout out to Megan. Please, guys, let's go subscribe and like. Can we take the like up to 80? Gorgeous. Your names are so pretty. A big shout out to Mimi. A big shout out to Cora. A big shout out to Taha. Shout out to Tendley. Shout out to Swasti. No worry. Big shout out to Alicia. Someone needed to toilet quickly. All right, that's fine. A big shout out to Yunche. A big shout out to 11 from Stranger Things. Nice to meet you. A big shout out to Davina. A big shout out to Jennifer. Shout out to Penny. A big shout out to Dan. Shout out to Umani. A big shout out to Taha. A big shout out to Mia and Nia. Shout out to Clara. A big shout out to Mano. Let's go. A big shout out to Kiki. That's me. Guys, let's go like and sub. I love you all. A big shout out to Jefferson. A big shout out to Athena. No, I won't laugh at you. Guys, please, let's go subscribe. Thank you, gorgeous. A big shout out to Molly. Shout out to Liam. Shout out to Ayo Air Show. Shout out to Jaja. A big shout out to Ayo. A big shout out to Amara. A big shout out to Millie Bobby Brown. Damn. A big shout out to Holly. A big shout out to Lee. A big shout out to Megan. A big shout out to Unyanshan. Shout out to Bobaya. A big shout out to Koeshi. Shout out to Tilly. Shout out to Mitani. A big shout out to Rosie and Evie. Guys, let's go subscribe. I love your hair. Thank you so much, gorgeous. You're beautiful. Thank you, gorgeous. Shout out to Skylar. Shout out to Lexi. A big shout out to Lily. Shout out to Yonche. Shout out to Coachella. We all slay, gorgeous. A big shout out to Angel. Angel of my life. La 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 la. Guys, please let's go subscribe. Thank you so much. See their A big shout out to Esther. Guys, let's go like and sub. A big shout out to Daniela. Shout out to Christina. A big shout out to Esther. A big shout out to Eton. Oh, a big shout out to Jean here. Big shout out to Spencer. Shout out to Mela. Please, let's take the like up to 85, gorgeous. Let's go, let's go. Let's like and sub. Big shout out to Esther. Shout out to Cora. Thank you. Shout out to Claire Hui. Shout out to Raisa. Shout out to Ethan. Guys, please let's go subscribe. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Krish here. Namaste. How do they greet in Chinese? China, Japan. How do they greet? A big shout out to Lara. A big shout out to Emilia. Shout out to Sophia. Shout out to Runilio. Shout out to Anas. A big shout out to Lily. Shout out to Lexi. A big shout out to Mackenzie. A big shout out to Camille. Shout out to Charlotte. Let's go. Guys, please let's subscribe. Yeah, let's take 5 seconds to like. Let's take the like up to 90 and let's subscribe. 5 seconds, please. 5 seconds.
I don't know what 3D shit has 5. I don't know I saw
Since I solved that question, how many questions have you solved?
Hey, whoa.
How many questions have you solved?
A big shout out to Tanya. A big shout out to Bella. Shout out to Mike. A big shout out to Ray Baker. A big shout out to Andrea. A big shout out to Mano. Oh dear. A big shout out to Alexandra. Shout out to Charlene. Shout out to Melly. A big shout out to Anya. Shout out to. Please let us write let us put down our names. A big shout out to Easy. Yeah, can we please take the like up to 90? Please let's subscribe, guys. Let's go subscribe. A big shout out to Yonche. Shout out to Mahili. A big shout out to Amid. Shout out to Ivy. Shout out to Nina. Can I donate to you? Yeah, you can. You go to my bio. You see the link there. Thank you. A big shout out to Kayla. Shout out to Maybell. A big shout out to Lara. Shout out to Trinity. Big shout out to Charlotte. Said, how much should I donate? I shouldn't be the one to tell you what to donate. It's absolutely your choice. A big shout out to Simon. A A big shout out to Mia. A big shout out to Ivy. Shout out to Alfie. Shout out to Daniela. I'm new. A big shout out to Jaylene. You're welcome, darling. Nice to meet you. Please, let's go subscribe. Can we take the like up to 100? And please, let's subscribe. Thank you. A big shout out to Swasti. Shout out to Kira. Shout out to Painting. Shout out to Raghad. What's your favorite song? I have a lot of favorite songs. I don't have one. A big shout out to Alondra. I love you too. Thank you. A big shout out to Emily. Shout out to Leontina. Shout out to Selena. A big shout out to Jama. Shout out to Lossie. Clock it. Shout out to Yusra. A big shout out to Lena. Shout out to Selena. Shout out to Emma. A big shout out to Seeds. Shout out to Lily. Thank you, Lily. Please, I need 2 amazing souls to take the like up to 100. Just 2 more likes, please. Don't forget to subscribe. Guys, let's go subscribe. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Nia. Shout out to Amma. Shout out to Lossin. A big shout out to Ramelo. A big shout out to George. Shout out to Sabrina. A big shout out to Phoebe. Shout out to Hapa. A big shout out to Amara. Shout out to Fantastia. A big shout out to Arthur. Shout out to Annie. Shout out to Taylor. Yeah. Thank you. Go subscribe. Thank you so much. Shout out to Soha. Shout out to Fifi. Shout out to Jack. Please, let's go subscribe. Thank you so much. Guys, let's go subscribe. Thank you. Shout out to Sogi. Shout out to Danny. A big shout out to Reese. Shout out to Noah. I love your teeth. Oh, thank you so much. A big shout out to Sophie. They have bullied me with this my teeth. A lot of bullies and 8 words. Because of this my teeth. I can't close my mouth. I'm giving a shout out. So I have to open my mouth and my teeth to say it. They all go together. So without the teeth, I won't be able to give you a shout out. So guys, embrace the teeth like that. And leave that teeth in peace. A big shout out to Kuba. I don't bully, I promise. That's fine. A big shout out to Angel. Your name. Yeah. A big shout out to Aisha. A big shout out to Aliyah. A big shout out to Morgan. Mai. No.
The last question.
No. You go and color. See color book that I bought for you. A big shout out to Ava. Guys, let's go. A big shout out to Marija. A big shout out to Aliyah. A big shout out to Ika. A big shout out to Penny. Yes, I do remember you, Penny. Guys, please, let's go subscribe. Thank you. Yes, we are friends, Mob. You've subscribed for a very long time, so we are friends. Why are you crying? We are all friends here, isn't it, guys? A big shout out to me, yeah, Maya. Shout out to Senia. Shout out to Linda. Shout out to David. You're the prettiest. Thank you. A big shout out to Lola. I love your stream. Thank you so much. I love you guys too. A big shout out to Bella. A big shout out to Lily. Guys, let's go subscribe. Thank you so much. La 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 la. Do 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 do. I love your hair. Thank you so much. Okay, let's go. Please, let's drop our names. I think there is a bully in this life. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so as well. A big shout out to Sophia. A big shout out to Mandiba. Lovely names. Your names are pretty. A big shout out to Rafaela. A big shout out to Anna Jasmine. Thank you, gorgeous. Hair is slay. And that's on period. I saw my hat. A big shout out to Blessed. A big shout out to Ellie. A big shout out to Leon. Shout out to Queen. Oh, thank you so much, Mob. Shout out to Liam. Pride, bring the phone now. More manager and be the way it be. Guys, please, let's go subscribe. Thank you. Can we take the like up to 110? And let's sub. Just 10 seconds. Let's go sub. Guys, let's go subscribe. Thank you so much. Please, can we subscribe? Thank you. A big shout out to Melissa. Shout out to Pink Venom by Blackpink. A big shout out to Mirab. A big shout out to Lalisa. Shout out to Luna Ray.
Hello, guys.
A big shout out to Navil. Let's. Thank you so much. No.
I don't think so. Have you done anything? Have you not the one doing it? So
A big shout out to Kara. Guys, please, let's go subscribe. Thank you so much. Yeah, guys, let's go sub. Let's go sub. A big shout out to Oma. Shout out to Tiara. A big shout out to Dana. Shout out to Joanna Liz. Shout out to Bella. A big shout out to Lily. Shout out to Aladdin. Shout out to Maxine. Shout out to me, Lucas. Shout out to Marcin Paris. Shout out to Ivy. Shout out to Jazira. Shout out to Rosaline. Shout out to Kata. Guys, let's like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Shout out to Hardin. Hi, Mali. Shout out to Lama. Shout out to Leela. Nice to meet you, Mali. Welcome again. Shout out to Omi Green. Shout out to Avaya. Shout out to Azel. Shout out to Ati. Shout out to Jessie. Shout out to Delila. Shout out to Lola. Shout out to Lareline. Shout out to Romeo. Shout out to Delila. Guys, please drop your names. Put down your names. I give you a shout out. Please put down your names. I give you a shout out. Thank you. Can we take the like up? Can we like? Let's like and sub. Shout out to Bing Chunguns. Shout out to Chloe. A big shout out to Darcy. Hi, lovely. Please, let's like and subscribe. Thank you. A big shout out to Shogun. Shout out to Ligma. Shout out to Ansia. Shout out to Yasmin. Shout out to Ashani. Shout out to Hayden. Please put down your name. I give you a shout out. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Please, guys, let's go sub. Let's subscribe and like. Can we take the like up to 130? My name is Essay. You can call me Kiki. Please, let's like and subscribe.
So by the end of 2020, Joseph, anyone bring this in already?
A big shout out to Liliana. Shout out to Kaylee. Shout out to Shade. Thank you so much. Shout out to Roomfino. Guys, you all have beautiful names, gorgeous names, absolutely pretty. Thank you so much. Please, let's go like and sub. A big shout out to Mina, I beg your pardon. A big shout out to Yulia. A big shout out to William. Shout out to Dex. Shout out to Carlo. Shout out to Audrey. Shout out to Cora. Shout out to Vivi.
To put it in
Shout out to Piela. Shout out to Kentia.
Have you even seen what you want to put in slide?
Shout out to Teresa. Shout out to Gigi.
Let me make something.
A big shout out to Asra. A big shout out to Alicia. Shout out to Leah. Please, let's like and subscribe. Guys, let's take the like up to 130, please. I just need 2 beautiful souls to take the like up to 130. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Big shout out to Liliana. Shout out to your mom. Shout out to Giselle. Shout out to Sandra. Hi, Jonathan. A big shout out to Lily. Hello, Finley. Hello, Leo. A big shout out to Leo. Guys, let's go like and subscribe. Hello, Philly. Hope you're good. Please, let's like and sub. Can we subscribe, please? How was your day been today? It has been great. Yeah, it has been great. Thank you. A big shout out to Sparkle. Shout out to Megan. A big shout out to Leah. Shout out to Lana. A big shout out to Jack. Shout out to Madiba. A big shout out to Gloria. A big shout out to Sarah. Shout out to Kiana. Shout out to Anna. A big shout out to Amy. Shout out to Zezia. Shout out to Ella Rose. Shout out to Paulina. Paulina, please subscribe, darling. I want to subscribe to your channel. Thank you so much, Jonathan. Thank you. Please subscribe. Thank you so much for subscribing. A big shout out to Rukaya. Shout out to Coraline. I love you too, Xavier. A big shout out to No. Thank you for subbing. God bless you. A big shout out to Camila. Shout out to Coral. Shout out to Ballet. Shout out to Armani. Oops. Shout out to Annabelle. A big shout out to Ira. Shout out to Ash Ruby. Shout out to Aria. Please, Ruby, let's subscribe. Thank you so much. Shout out to London. Shout out to Wena. Shout out to Sedge Hodge. Shout out to Willow. A big shout out to Joshua. Shout out to Isabella. I sub. Thank you for subbing. You are so pretty, queen. I'm jealous. Don't be jealous. You're gorgeous as well, okay? A big shout out to Demi. A big shout out to Gazal. Shout out to Manawa. Shout out to Daisy. No, I'm not Demi's mom. A big shout out to Pelly. Shout out to Olive. Let's go. Big shout out to Muskan. Muskan. A big shout out to Ash. Thank you so much. Shout out to Gazal. Shout out to Lazaro. Shout out to Michael. A big shout out to Kiki.
Not how to draw.
Shout out to Daisy Mia Banat. I remember you, Lena. Shout out to Museveni. Museveni, you are welcome. Nice to meet you. Please subscribe. Shout out to Rosie. Guys, let's subscribe quickly. Let's take 10 seconds to subscribe. Shout out to Della. A big shout out to Mihara. A big shout out to Shania. Shout out to Azaya. A big shout out to Kinley. A big shout out to Grace. Shout out to Angel. Shout out to Jenny. Yippee. A big shout out to Sarah. Shout out to Octavia. I remember. A big shout out to Elena.
I know this one was definitely one. I was thinking of this.
Shout out to Lily.
I know this one was definitely.
A big shout out to Mike Hunt. Nice to meet you, Mike. Please let's subscribe. A big shout out to Fosha 666. A big shout out to Emilia.
Who's that book that you are dancing on?
Yeah, okay, Jonathan.
Paint that one.
I don't know if I can refer you to another channel. I'm also there as well, Jonathan. So the channel has like a link that you can do any of your donation or your gifting. So the name of the channel is Kiki Air and Lifestyle. So you can pop in, check on the bio, you see the link and all of that. So please.
No, I never said that wrong.
A big shout out to Sienna. I can't set it up now. Pride. I can't set it up now because I'm not eligible, right? The gifting part. A big shout out to Damani. Damins. A big shout out to Emilia. Shout out to Kayla. A big shout out to Chloe. Shout out to Destiny. Can we take the like up to 140, please? La 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 la. A big shout out to Mehara. Shout out to Star. Shout out to Kayla. Guys, let's go like and subscribe.
Let's move the mouse. I need to move the mouse, but I've never actually seen it.
Shout out to Sila. Shout out to Ahmed. Ahmed, you're welcome. Nice to meet you. Please like and subscribe.
The first time you got it, what did you ask after it was yours?
Shout out to Sila. Shout out to Aviana. Shout out to Yarin. Hello.
So, baby, pretty much.
Shout out to Danso. Nice to meet you.
What Where is tab on this?
A big shout out to Kiki.
We're straight in there now. Or it can be like an
Shout
arrow.
out to Kay.
It can be like an arrow.
This one, this is tab. What? That's
A big shout out to Hapa. Hapa, nice to meet you. You're welcome. Please like and subscribe. A big shout out to Ania. Ania, you're welcome. Nice to meet you. Please like and subscribe. You're welcome. Thank you so much, Appa. Thanks, gorgeous. A big shout out to Abigail. Guys, please let's go like and sub. Thank you. All right, Mob. Can we subscribe? Let's take 10 seconds to subscribe, please. Thank you, Appa. Thank you so much for liking and for subscribing. Thank you so much. Please, 10 seconds. Okay. Your birthday is today. Ania. Okay, let me sing for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ania, and everyone. Happy birthday to you. A big shout out to Ella. Oh, thank you so much. Love you too. I love you all. I wish you all the very best. Happy birthday to you, all the celebrants. A big shout out to Gabby. A big shout out to Ellie. Shout out to Leila. A big shout out to Alan. Leila, you're welcome. Please like and subscribe. A big shout out to Sui. Sue, nice to meet you. Greeting from South Africa. Nice to meet you. I'm from Nigeria. Nice to meet you, Andy.
Daddy.
A big shout out to Miro. Nice to meet you.
Daddy, what's happening?
Shout out to Mito. Please let us like and subscribe. Nice to meet you all. Please let's go like. Let's take the like up to 10. 10 likes, please. And let's subscribe. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Lindo, Kunle. Hi. Let's like and sub. Thank you so much. Shout out to Sultan. Thank you so much. Shout out to. Please let's like and sub. Thank you so much. You all are amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm from Gambia. Nice to meet you, darling. Thank you. A big shout out to Olazara. Thank you. Shout out to Luna. Shout out to Sophia.
Is there anyone in my family?
You look so American.
Who have died with from
Are you really from? Yeah, I'm from Nigeria. A big shout. Can you sing? A big shout out to
results to their death?
Sultan. No, I won't sing. I won't sing for you. I only sing when that day is your birthday.
Like people will
That's what I do. I only sing if that day is your birthday. You're so pretty. Thank you so much, gorgeous. You're pretty as well. A big shout out to Juno. A big shout out to Tamprint.
People that have died.
Yeah, when your birthday comes, I will sing for you, Golden. I stream every day, so except if you don't come on that day, that is when I won't sing for you. When you come on that day, I will sing for you.
Your bottle.
Even if your birthday is tomorrow, you wait for tomorrow. When tomorrow comes, I will sing for you. So that's just it. A big shout out to Leila. A big shout out to Bent. Please, let's go like and sub. Thank you so much. All right, Mob. Enjoy your day. And don't fall ill again. Make sure you take your medication. All the best. A big shout out to Alana. Shout out to Johnny Saints. Johnny Saints, you're welcome. Nice to meet you. Please like and subscribe. A big shout out to Kahisha.
He's there. What? Under that table. Give it to
Shout out to.
Give it to me.
Thank you so much.
Give it to me.
Thank you so much. A big shout out to Ben.
So quick.
Jessica, you said you won't be on the live tomorrow.